So today we are back at Fairview Park in Costa Mesa. Last time we were here was before the rainy season a few months ago. Hold on, Billy. Hold on. Say hi. Hey, good morning, folks. She got her tied up, got herself tied up already. Hold on. She does that. She gets her leg. Millie, hold on. Trying to get the leash from underneath her leg. Hold on. That's particularly like. All right. So, as I was saying a minute ago, last time we were here a few months ago, and that was before the rainy season. So we've had a lot of rain since then. Huh. That's interesting. What is that? Zach, what is that? Can't quite figure out what that is over there. It's like they're mini trains or something? On the other side of Placentia over there. They got something going on. A little, interesting. Made it sound like there were mini trains. So they have different events around here. And, hope I didn't make anyone's head spin when I turn this around and she's done it again. She got herself tied up again. You're pretty good about that. She gets the leash up under her leg again. Hold on. All right, let's go. So, as I was trying to say earlier, it was not real green. Oh, let me zoom back out. It was not very green last time we were here a few months ago. But we've had a lot of rain, and now we have a lot of green at Costa Mesa Fairview Park. And flowers, and we're going to check it out. It's pretty nice day to day, and it's going to be really busy. Really busy. Okay, there's another one of those. Hold on, there's another one of those things. Let me see if I can figure out what they are. Is that like a train? Yeah, a mini train. That's what that is. It's a little mini train. Must be pretty popular. That's the third one I've seen going by. Cool. And that must be the finish line. Don't know if they were racing, but that's where they finish. Over there. Interesting. So, zoom back out. And as I was trying to say like twice already, last time we were here, I feel, oh, there's another one. Every time I think I've seen the last one, another one goes by. Anyway, I think you get the point. There's a lot of people taking these little mini trains. I guess they're mini trains. That's what they look like. So, you get the point. A lot of cool stuff you can do around here at Fairview Park in Costa Mesa. Really nice day. In the 70s, I think, or 60s. It should be in the 70s. Oh, there's another one. I gotta stop looking over there. This will be the whole video will be about these little trains. Oh yeah, there's a little locomotive on that one. Alright. So the last time we were here was before the rainy season, a few months ago. So, been a lot of rain and it's a lot greener than it was the last time. And a lot of flowers. I think they call those mustard plants. I don't think they're the same ones as they have in the Bible, but I think that's what they call them though, is mustard. I could be mistaken. I am not a botanist. We're still in the grassy part of the park. I thought I'd check this out. It's kind of cool. Off the beaten path. We'll go back out on the trail. Check this out first. These might not be the mustard ones though. These are something else, I think, now that I think about it. Again, I am not a botanist. So please forgive me if I have no idea what I'm talking about when I guess what these are. I hear another one of those trains, but I don't want to spend the whole day filming them. It's a pretty good chance they'll show up on the YouTube video that is highlighting that event anyway. So you can go check. I'm sure you can find that. Costa Mesa Fairview Park. Mini trains. I bet you if you Googled that, you would find the YouTube video they do, because I'm sure someone will be doing a nice video about it today that is more comprehensive. All right, let's see. Oh. Then again, these might be the mustard plants. Not real sure. In the distance you have the snow-covered mountains. The one right above that bridge over there should be San Gorgonio, San Bernardino Mountains. So the San Bernardino Mountains still have a lot of snow on them. Over to the left, the San Gabriel Mountains don't seem to have a lot of snow right now. Some of the San Gabriels, I think, do have some snow, but mostly San Bernardino Mountains have the snow. And over there is the Santa Ana Mountains, or as we call the particular area in OC, they call them the Saddleback Mountains because it looks like a saddleback. That's the Santa Ana mountain range. It's not as high as the others, so it very rarely gets snow. And that's a cool looking bridge over there that we will probably walk across if I stop yakking and carrying on and we get out to the trails. Let's zoom out and start walking before Millie gets too bored. She's yanking on the leash, so she's probably getting a little bored already. Hey, what you say, Millie? Well, thank you for being patient. Now let's go find the trail. Those, got everything going on there. Remote control planes, or remote control something. I saw the guy carrying the thing out when we were at the parking lot. I think it's about 6 feet wingspan. Cool. Alright. Millie is getting impatient again. No, I'm not going to look at that next train. We got to get to the trail. Right, Millie? Says, yes, Dad. Let's get to the trail. Sheesh. Good, wait to start walking. Now let's get to that trail. All right. Last time I was here, before the rainy season, and it was earlier in the day, it wasn't very crowded. Wasn't a lot of stuff going on. This time there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm being distracted a little more than last. But let's check it out. Let's check out all the green, all the nature out there. Now that it's a lot greener. Get out to that trail. One more thing before I get to the trail. Out there in the distance that way is the Palos Verdes Hills. Out that way. Alright, Millie says enough of that nonsense. Let's get on the trail. As with almost every nature area in South OC, there's always a mixture of native vegetation and imported vegetation, because of the climate allows for a lot of different stuff. So you get vegetation from that's native to California, and then you get vegetation that came from people who've traveled from the east, and some of it originated in Europe, some of it originated in Asia even, probably Australia, like the eucalyptus trees. So you get a nice mix of vegetation, because this climate, especially when it rains, is good for about anything you can grow. Oh, there's a really good wide angle view of the mountains here. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice wide angle view of the mountains right there. San Bernardino Mountains, and then there's that gap. Oh, I forget what they call it. There's the pass up there. Not Cajon Pass, that's the other one. I think it's the Cajon Pass. So you got the... Okay, so that seems about 4 feet across. I thought it was bigger than that when I was filming it. So the San Bernardino Mountains are on the right. And then there's a gap. If you can spot that gap, that should be the Cajon Pass. It's about 4,200 feet up, something like that. Where the Interstate 15 goes between those two mountain ranges. And on the left of the Cajon Pass would be the San Gabriel Mountains. Pretty good view of them from here. And that nice pedestrian bridge. All right. Still at 3.1 magnification, but I think I'm going to zoom back out. I think we're going to try a side trail. Avoid the e-bikes and stuff. Side trails. These trails are not as busy as the... So that bridge looks like it'd be fun to walk over. Hold on a second. Let me take another look at these mountains. And all the snow. Nice. You want to cross the... One more look over there. Okay, you know what? Here, let me zoom back out. And let's walk across the bridge just for fun. Just for the fun of it. And then we'll come back to the side trail. There's the dog. So that's where we came from. We parked over there. Came up here. Hold on. Hold on, Millie. That's Placentia. Village. That's Placentia looking north. Another train. Looks like they must have a circuitous route. Yeah, I see the tracks now. Oh yeah, they have a... Oh, that's cool. They have like a circuitous route. Or something like that. Huh. That does look like fun. So there's a place where they... Huh. That does look like fun. Wonder if they allow dogs on those things. Probably not. Huh. Huh. And here comes some more. But that, they don't, okay, they have different, interesting, because they're going a different way. So they've got more tracks. Like I said, probably Google mini train
in the beginning
at Fairview Park, and probably...
I know, I'm like really stopping and enjoying for a minute. And you know, we have
chances are someone is doing like a full YouTube report on this thing. Wow, they're everywhere. That is pretty cool. Alright, let's get back over the bridge and get back and get to the trail. I just wanted to check out. We hadn't walked to this side of Placentia before. That's pretty cool. All right, there comes another one, and there's another one back. Oh, they're just everywhere, those little mini trains. Cool. All right, let's get back over the bridge and to the trail I was looking at earlier. So after all this time, we're only a couple hundred yards from where we parked over there. But I can see how you can spend the whole day out here. They also have places over there where they can do like a little dirt bike, e-bike stuff. I saw that earlier when we came in. Alright. Let's take this little trail down here. I am not going to listen to those train horns. I think I've already filmed enough of them. I'll definitely check it out. Look it up when I get home. Find out what that is. You can see why this is such a popular park, especially this time of year. You have the flowers and everything else, a lot of nature and other things you can do. It's pretty obvious why this park is popular. Let's see. We can head down this steep trail, or we can go over to the trail over there. Well, Millie, which trail you want to try? I think she wants to go and take the easier trail. I think she's kind of steering me this way. I think. Well, that goes all the way back to the park. Wait, no. I think it's, is it over there? No, it's quite a ways back. Go that way. So, we'll take one of these. So we got this one over here. Oh, we got that one over there. Let's take a look. Millie's like, I don't care. As long as we're having a good time, it's a really nice day, and a lot of really cool stuff to smell. Any trail we take is fine with the dog. Though she thinks she's a person mostly. Well, I guess she picked this one. We've been on trails a lot steeper and a lot longer than this. Oops. Just step aside, give this pedestrian a chance to get by. Hold on a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As you can see, there's trails just everywhere out there. Some of the coast trails we've taken like are hundreds of feet. This looks like it's about 70 or 80 feet from top to bottom. Piece of cake. You'd never think she was 16 years old to see how she gets around. Pretty good shape, aren't you, Millie? I woke up at the gym, Dad. Wait, that's not the girl's voice. I woke up at the gym, Dad. Yeah, it is. If she could say something, that's what she'd say. But of course, she doesn't woke up at the gym. Because this is her gym. All these places we walk, all these cool trails, up and down, and all around. That's Millie's gym. 16 and a half years old and in pretty good shape. Ah, this is nothing. She can't wait to get to Indiana. It's a lot flatter. Oh, yeah. They have some hills, but not like this. So that'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy for Millie. Alright, we got this trail. There's a little mud, but we can get around it. This is a more official trail right here because it's got the fences. Yeah, pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. Last time we were here, we went up there, the top of that, and then came down from there. They've got a stairway, which we can take going back up if you want. Kind of a challenge deciding which trail you want to take, because everywhere you go you find different trails. Which one you want to try, Millie? The one on the right or the one on the left? She's like, let me think it over. That's the one we came up on, Millie. We want to pick one of these. This one? Oh, that one. She picked that one. So let me get a better look at that. Up there is where we went last time. Park's over that way. And the trail goes up there. I see, oops, up there. I see some people on it. And it turns around. And then there's a stairway. Oops. Let me... right there where people are walking, and then around the bend, around the other side of that little hill, there's a stairway going down. That's the way we went last time. That trail looks a little more rugged. So there's a lot of choices. Stay on the main trail. You got bicycles and more people. Go on these little side trails. You get taking more nature and stuff. Not as crowded. And if the old guy who's narrating this video would shut his trap for a while, we could actually hear some of the nature here, some of the birds. shut up now and listen to the birds. And the bees. And the smiling dog. Yeah, pretty nice out here today, ain't it? Okay. Okay, I'll shut up now. You picked a good trail, Millie. Once you know, I finally stopped talking and the birds stopped yakking. Maybe they were yakking because they heard me yakking. Maybe that's why they were making noise. Now they're not making noise. These places were more challenging before the days of GPS and Google Maps. You can lose your way on all these trails. Nowadays, you've got the technology. You can always look up where you are and find your way back if you forget. Where you went, because there's so many trail choices. Well, it looks like there was a little bit of a fire here recently. They must have put it out pretty quick though, because not a lot, not a very large area was burned, which is good. Firemen do a great job around here. Really good job. Looks like maybe an acre altogether might have burned. Could have been a lot worse if the firemen hadn't got here and taken care of it. I think we will turn around soon. Looks like around this bend we can start circling around. Circling around and heading back. Or maybe not. Well, I was hoping we could circle around, but this is a very large park. And if we continue, it's going to go all the way out to Placentia and be a lot more walking than we really want to do. Got to have a little common sense, even though we're both in good shape. we can do 3 or 4 miles, well 3 miles fairly easily, but once you start getting 5 and 6 and 7 miles, that's a bit much. So we're gonna head back.
Morning.
Morning. All right, let's head back. We'll find our way back to that bridge, but and go up that way. Back in the day when both of us were younger, some of our walks were 8 or 10 miles long. She's a pretty tough girl. But she's like, 3 miles is good. So we're heading back. Giant wild rye. That must be what that is. Well, Millie, we gotta go over to the stairway that takes us up that hill. Once we get up that hill, it's downhill back to where we parked. If you need a break, I can carry you for a while. You won't be the first dog I ever carried when they got tired. What do you think? If you need a break, I can carry you for a while. She doesn't like to be carried, but if she's tired enough, she'll let me carry her for a while anyway, right? What do you think? We just got to get up that hill. Stairway that goes up that hill. And then it's a pretty easy going the rest of the way. some of the trails we've already been on. Right turn will lead us to the stairway that goes up that hill. Well, Millie, willing to let me carry you for a while? Give you a break? I think I will do that. Yeah, I see where the stairway is, right up there. Well, if she's still walking, we'll just take it. We'll just take it slow. And down that one. We've been on a few trails here. Now, we just need to get up there. Alright, I think smell something there. Still hear those train whistles all the way over here. Okay, I am going to pause and pick up Little Miss. Okay, Little Miss Stubborn Butt, I'm going to pick you up. Give you a break. Well, now I'm carrying her. She finally let me carry her for a while. And I think that's as much as she wants to be carried. Okay, that's what she needed. A little break, carried her for a short while, and now she's ready to head back. We're still at the trails in Fairview Park in Costa Mesa, and we'll head back, coming up to the stairway to head back. I tried to carry her because she was slowing down, and she didn't let me carry her very much because she's stubborn. She's like, I know how to walk, Dad. You don't need to carry me. We'll make it back. All right, get on this side. On this side. All right, coming up. We'll be heading up soon. Oh, there's our stairwell, right over there. That's why we haven't seen any e-bikes out here. Good. They have an area that they let them go on. It's good to keep them off these trails. They're too narrow for that. All right, the stairway's right over here. Are they going up it? Come on.
Okay, hold on a second. If you don't want to go across the mud, we got a carry.
Right here, Dad. Hear that?
That won't go through.
Over there, well. On that side of the bathroom.
Yeah, go up there. That won't go through.
There's a bait and which trail to take. There are so many choices. Here is the famous stairway. Last video we did, we came down the stairway. This time we'll be going up. Alright. Oop. She got the leash under her leg again. Got the leash under her leg again. There you go. Alright. Let's go up. Got some nice views up here. Take a short break and take in some of the views. This is a really big park. We already come this far up from down there. All right. Okay. Hold on a second. One thing that's nice about this bridge is you can stop at the various landing levels. And take a few minutes to listen to the birds and stuff. We came from down there. And there's where we're headed. Unfortunately, when I went to pick Millie up earlier, the carrier accidentally hit the stop button. So this is part 2 of the Costa Mesa Fairview Park video on February 22nd, 2026. February 22nd also happens to be my wife's birthday. My wife Connie's birthday. Happy birthday, Connie. If you watch this video. She watches some of our videos, but she's a busy woman, so she only has time to watch some of our videos. But if she watches this video, she can hear me say, "Happy birthday, Connie. Happy birthday." And Millie says, "Happy birthday, Mom." And Liga's at home. Liga's the cat. All right, let's finish getting up these stairs. Oops. Oh, hold on. Let this guy get by. You're welcome. A lot of people like to use these stairs to run up and down. It's good for fitness training. And ta-da! We have reached the top. And the park is where we parked is pretty much downhill from here. Excuse me. Pretty much downhill from here. It's over there. So we're almost back. We could walk around there, but we've done plenty of walking already. This is what you like to see. People taking pride in the nature areas, even though this is surrounded by urban developments everywhere. It's nice to have these nature areas and these restoration areas for people to appreciate. Another really good view of the mountains over there. If Millie has enough patience, I'll just take another short look at those and we'll head back. All right. All right. We're on our way back now. Not too far to go. Oh, I didn't notice that. It almost looks like a lake down there, or a pretty good sized pond. Maybe we can visit here another time, find a place that's with parking closer to that area, and check that out. I bet there's a lot of birds and stuff down there. I bet there are. Don't see any right now, but I'm sure there are. All right. Now that water down there looks like a little retention pond or something. One more pan of all the mountains. Today is clear enough out that we can see the Santa Monica Mountains. That hump there is where the 405 goes up over the Santa Monica Mountains, and the other side is the San Fernando Valley. That's that gap right there. And then I think they call it Mulholland Gap, I think. And then, of course, the San Gabriel Mountains. And the San Bernardino Mountains. And the Saddleback Mountains. And Millie's ready to get back to the car, aren't you? Yep, so let's go. So I might try again to find a good software program to combine these two videos. The one that stopped earlier when I tried to pick up Millie with this one, so it'll be all one video. In the meantime, it will be in two parts for now at least. That big bird is a airplane, passenger plane, that no doubt took off from John Wayne Airport. Alright, enough messing around. Let's get back. Let's head back. And plan something nice for your mom for her birthday. We covered some ground. There's the bridge we went over, Essentia over there. We covered some ground. There's a little informational. All of Orange County and a lot of, pretty much of Southern California was once ranch, or rancheros, as they say in Spanish. All of these were ranches, pretty big ranches too, at one time. Okay, so that's be a restoration area. See where they're setting up the irrigation. So they'll probably do a lot of restoration, and a lot of the vegetation we saw in other areas will be growing in here too. Oops, did you want a drink? That's kind of muddy. We'll be back. We'll be at the car in got about 200 yards to get back to the car, where we have lots of fresh water. But Millie says this water will do just fine. If it's good for squirrels and rabbits, it's good for dogs. That's what Millie thinks, right? I guess you were thirsty. All right, I think she's had enough for now. We're almost back. That's the restoration area. And over there is the area where they let the e-bikes and the dirt bikes ride around. Set aside for that. See a couple of them over there. Oh yeah. There's one of them over there. All right. So they got a pretty good area they can ride around. So they save all the nature trails for hikers. That's a pretty good arrangement, I'd say. Looks like they're look at that thing. Oh, we made it right there. Wonder if it's spotted a rodent or something. I think it got something. Not sure if it caught something or if... Oh, look at that. That's one big hawk. Or falcon. I'm not an ornithologist either. I think it's a hawk, but it could be a falcon. Looks more like a falcon, actually. Look at that. Yeah. Must have missed what it was after. And then one spot is going, still searching. Alright then, we're almost back to the car. So I think we're going to say, catch you later. Right, Millie? Millie. Smile for the camera. Catch you later. Bye.